Okay, guys, here we are in our third and final demo scenario where we are backing up and restoring all kind of data to a remote DR size, which is a fresh and newly built. Hang on a second. Are we ready to the site recovery? Is our configuration ready? Site recovery. We need two things. One is AltaVault configuration backup, or the entire AltaVault, its share, its configuration to the cloud. Okay, because a lot of things we have here. And one more thing, we need to take a backup of is net backup catalogs, because whenever net backups takes the backup, it stores everything in the catalogs, and we need those catalogs to restore the policies, restore the data from net backup. Okay, and AltaVault configuration, because AltaVault stores its configuration in its own encrypted database. But where do we store this information of entire site? If the entire site goes down, we don't want to store it locally. So we are storing this information of catalog and AltaVault to the cloud itself. So whenever DR hits, we just need to log into the cloud and restore the entire sites. So let's start with the catalog backup. We have created a SIF share in our AltaVault. We have created a share called NBU share. NBU share. This share only saves the catalog files. You remember we are storing the actual net backup data in the OST storage, but we are storing the net backup catalog in the NBU share. So how we configure net backup catalog? Okay, so I have created a storage unit for that. Okay, this is again as a basic disk I have created, and if you see into it, it is pointing to net backup share, NBU share with a cat file. This is a folder in which it is showing the information, and I have created a policy for catalog file. If you go to it, you can see this is a SIF share what I have created, the storage policy, and these are the schedule, and this is a backup disaster recovery share, AltaVault NBU share. So here the catalog will be backed up. So as you remember, we have created a N share and we have restored the data. But the data is we have restored, you remember we restored to desktop. Let's create another data in it, another file, so we can rest assured our data is being transferred to the new site. This is AV demo. AV demo. Inside that, we'll be putting on one new file. Site recovery. Hello world. Okay, so save it. So now in Netapp drive, this is an Netapp drive. We have added a new folder. Let's take a backup before taking a catalog of it. So this is a Netapp drive. Let's take another backup of it, manual backup, weekly full. Monitor the activity, already running. Just a little recap. What we are doing right now is taking one more backup, full backup of the N drive, what we have created from Netapp drive. You remember the first scenario we did. We have taken a network shared backup and restored it. I have taken another backup of it, and now it's a time to take a catalog backup. So I'll go to this cat policy and right click, take a manual backup. I'm taking full backup now. This is generally a schedule will do. Schedule is already taking care of it, but for the demo purpose, I'm taking it a manual backup. You can monitor the activity, catalog backup. It is creating the full backup and it is sending those backup to the cloud. How we can make sure it is going to cloud or not? I'll show you the last file name which has been created, and we can see the same file is been in our NBU share. Let it give a minute to run this backup. Okay, it's 1 done, 2 done. One more last. This is actually creating a TR file, which will be the catalog whole dump, which is required for the entire restore of the net backup. Okay, this is done. Okay, so blue man shows it's all done. Let's double click on the last one. You can see the backup is successful. You can go here and check. Okay, you can see here the requested operation was completed successfully. How we'll verify now? You can see the timestamp says October 27th, 2:47. We can go back to the SIF share. I have mounted that share to the native drive. You can see there is a timestamp and it shows the catalog file full. Okay, so this is our catalog file. It is stored in cloud. So everything is cloud now. The net backup data is in cloud. The catalog is in cloud. But one thing we are missing here, the AltaVault configuration. So how we can take the configuration backup? So let's go to configure, setup wizard, export configuration. So click on export configuration. What all is exporting? Encryption key, cloud configuration, appliance configuration, everything it is taking the backup. Export the configuration. It will create a file and you can save that file. You can see 5100, this is a number. Open the folder. Okay. This is our file, what we have copied over. So just copy this file. Now how we can secure this file, because we can't save this file on the local system. So what I have done is I have created a folder called key and config folder. So inside this folder I'm keeping all my critical data. I'm just pasted here. This is my AltaVault configuration. There is a JSON file which is for the cloud access. There are some demo and encryption key. Everything I have kept it, but this is not a secure location where I can keep this data. So this is where the key and config file is there. I have created a command which will send this entire data to the cloud. So let's run this command. This is nothing but the simple gsutil command. We'll be showing you how to configure the gsutil command. This is just a Google SDK which will come with a gcloud SDK. You need to give the authentication and it will be ready to use. I'll rerun again. What this command is doing, this is copying this entire content to the Google Cloud. 6 objects has been copied. It is running very fast. So where exactly I'm sending that? You can log into my cloud. I'll be showing you in my next scenario how we are downloading. I'm just securing that copied that data to cloud. So let me show you where exactly we have copied that data. This is my Google account, Google platform account. Here, give me a second, it's refreshing. This is a Google dashboard, how it looks. You can see my resources. I have two buckets. One bucket is already storing the AltaVault entire data, and another bucket I have kept is for the key and config. You remember we ran a command to copy the content, and if we see here, it will have the entire data what we have copied, and this is what the new config which we had copied, 145.100 TZ, and all the configuration is here. Okay, so last modified, you can see the last modified, this is the date. Okay, so now are we set for all the config and the backup? Now you can see our net backup data is in cloud, your snapshot is in cloud, your config is in cloud, your catalog is in cloud. So are we good to start this production site and move on to the DR? Let's move to the third scenario, backup and restore all kind of data to the remote DR site. Okay, so I'm connecting to a fresh setup. So let's first verify what we have here. Let's log into AltaVault. Okay, you can see everything is right. Appliance health is critical. It is service are stopped. No optimization. You can see the default cloud configuration, which is by default comes as a S3, but ours was in Google, and no optimization services. And if you go to your storages, you can see SMB, because once the optimization services are stopped, you can't see any storage, any form of OSD or anything. Okay, this is about the AltaVault. Next, we'll log into our cluster Netapp filer. Let's see our AV demo is there or not. Okay, if you see wall show, nothing. Our no demo volumes, nothing. And do we have a snap mirrors relationship? Let me show you that as well. Snap mirror status. Snap mirror show. You can see there is no snap mirror status, no volumes, no data. Uh, even there is no LUN as well. You can see there is no LUN. This is just a fresh. You just DR has hit your production. You have created entire thing. Just a configuration you have done. Network configuration. AltaVault is not configured. Let's see what's the state of for the net backup software. I'm just connecting to net backup. Okay, I'm into net backup. Let's log into net backup admin console. It's logging service layer, adding the logging configuration. Okay, so here we are. You can see but go to the policies. You don't have any policies. This is just general policies. Any storage, no storage, no storage units. Nothing is available. Everything is blank, fresh, and catalogs also nothing. Okay, so now how we can recover our entire site to this? Let's go to the browser, because everything we have stored in a cloud. So let's first log into cloud.google.com. If it is AWS, you can log into the AWS console. Go to the console. It will ask you the authentication. Provide the password. Okay, you're back into your project. Now you can see two buckets, but here there are two buckets. One will store the entire data in it in the AltaVault format, which is of 4K blocks, which is called slabs. But we are not worried on this. We are concentrating more on our configuration data. Okay, so as a recap, I'll remind you we have taken a backup of AltaVault. Okay, and the JSON file, and so I make it public, and the JSON file, this is authentication for this, and encryption key, and some demo commands. These are some commands which I'm taking up. Okay, so click on this link. It will allow you to save that file. Go back, JSON file, click here. This will also be saved. Some demo commands. You can save it or just copy it to a notepad. Okay, and we have another commands. We don't need all those commands, but just I'm saving those commands for later part of our video, just to avoid typing it again and again. And we have an encryption key. This is the passphrase we have used while setting up the AltaVault. We'll show it in a later part how we are going to setting up those things. Okay, so this we have to save it. So as a reminder, we are taking everything from the cloud now. These are just the files which we needed. Okay, and we set now. Okay, so everything we have taken the downloaded. Let's go to the download folder, and we'll see we have a JSON file and we have a AltaVault config file. So how we can start now? Go first thing, as I told you, we have to configure the AltaVault. This is how the DR flows. First, we have to configure the AltaVault, gain our all storage back. Then we'll go to the SMB CIF shares and gain our catalog files for the net backup. Apply the catalog files on the net backup and restore our data. Okay, this is a flow of our work today. We'll start by setting up the config, AltaVault configuration. Go to Setup Wizard. In the AltaVault, you have Import Configuration. Go to Import Configuration, browse to the local file system. You can see the download. You have the configuration ready. Now you have they're asking the key phrase. So you remember we downloaded the key phrase as well. This is our key phrase. Just copy it, paste it here, and import configuration. Once you hit that, you can see the configuration imported successfully, but we need to run our replication recovery enable command to start it. But where will run that? We have to run that in our PuTTY session on the AltaVault CLI. We'll get the AltaVault CLI access, go to AltaVault, log in with your credentials. You are into AltaVault. Okay, so AltaVault is similar. The console is similar like any Cisco switch. You have to do enable and conft. You are into a configuration terminal and run that command, replication recovery enable. It will ask you the confirmation recovery enabled successfully. Now we need to start those services. Service enable. Now it will read the configuration, rebuild the configuration, and start the optimization services. It will take 1 or 2 minutes based on your configuration, how big it is. It will rebuild the configuration. Let's give 1 second more. Because it has to rebuild the entire configuration starting from the cloud to the storages, SMB shares, snapshots, and OST shares. Okay, we are back. You can see the optimization service is ready. Ready in the sense it has started. Now go back to AltaVault. You can see the red still. Just give a minute and refresh. You can see everything is green. Services is ready. AltaVault is ready. And you can see the cloud configuration has changed to Google Cloud. You can see your data 8 GB expanded data, but the deduplicated data is 1.4 GB. And let's see, our storage are back. SMBs. You can see our net backup share is back. All the other shares are back. Let's go to the OST. You can see our OST regular share is back. Let's go to Snap Mirrors. Do another refresh of it. Okay guys, just another refresh and you can see the snapshots. You can go here and you can see the snap too, and you can see all the SMB shares. So next task what we have pending is let's map the SMB share. Let's go to my PC, because next task what we are doing is we are downloading the catalog. Okay, so let's name it as backup share. Okay, this is our share name. You can just copy this share name. No need to remember the share name or any IPs or nothing. It should connect it and it is mapped. Okay, so we have to see the latest backup we have taken. You remember we took it at 2:44 today, 2:47 today. So this is what the latest backup is. Just copy this file and paste it in a local drive. We'll I'll paste it in C drive. This is just a 3 KB file. Okay, so let's log in to our net backup. I think we are already logged into net backup. Okay, hold on a minute. We have to map this to the net backup share, not the local share. I think it's already in my. Let me paste it here. Yes, I can do that. Okay, good. So we are all set now. Let's go to the main screen, and here is the option which will allow us to recover the catalog. Recover the catalog. Select the file. You can see the cat file. Here you go, the catalog full. Say OK. Next, it is searching for the media. All media is set. Next, recover entire backup catalog. Okay, this is a recovery operation. This will take a while, 1 or 2 minutes, because it will suspend all the schedulers. It will take the database, it will shut down the database, it will rebuild the database. A lot of other stuffs it will be doing. Okay, so give us a 1 or 2 minutes and it will start the operations. You can see the recovery of catalog is successful, like catalog is completed. Recovery job has finished. Okay, you can see the backup catalog is completed. We can just click on finish. Let's see whether we got our policies back. Storage units. Just close this and restart it again. Yep, there we go. So we got our all policies back and our storages. We can see our storages, all the AV storage, SIF storage, everything is back online. Now let's try to restore. Before that, I want to show you something. You see here, we don't have a net drive, Netapp drive, N drive, nothing is mounted, no drive is mounted. And one more thing I want to show you now is AltaVault's pre-population feature. You can see we are storing from net backup OST storage. There is a feature, net backup, AltaVault stores everything in the cache memory. Okay, but if you see, this is a freshly built up, freshly we have recovered from the DR. If you see, if you click on the fetch percentage locally cache on the selected file, we have to select the files, everything files, all files are. Let's see how much is the cache has been done. You can see this is 0. Entire cache is 0 because we have not recovered anything. As and when we recovered the file, restore the file, this cache gets filled up. Okay, so let's go back to our DR and let's restore some files. Select further restore. Here we go. The 27th and all the other backups we are available. Let's see. You remember we have created an AV demo folder and we have taken the backup of it. If you click here, we have a site recovery text file also. Let's restore it. Restore to some different location because N drive is not available right now. Restore to a desktop. entire folder, start restore. Successfully initiated. Being restored from the server. This is the master server it is restoring from. Refresh rate is 5 minutes. Let it change to 1 minute. Refresh. Because now it is taking from the cloud. You can go back and you can see all the zeros. Now if you try to fetch it again, you can see some of the data. You can see it is 100% done. Some of the files, because it's reading from client. Okay, we got the successful. Close it, and let's go back and see whether we have our data or not. This is our data. Site recovery. Hello world. Okay. This is how we restored from 0 to the entire data availability. One more test is pending, which is a volume restore. This is amazing, guys. You can see the entire volume we can able to restore from nothing. Okay, so let's log into the cluster now. Okay, admin, password. Now we can see we don't have any volume. It shows our data. You remember our volume name, AV volume, AV demo. We don't have any volume such. So how we can restore it? We have not created any snap error relationship. Let me show you that as well. We don't have any snap error relationship, nothing. Now how we can do that? Just a simple, guys, very simple. Create a volume of a similar size, but only difference is we have to create a type of DP because we are restoring. We don't want any writes on it. You can see of type DP is the only difference what we are creating now. Say yes. Our wall is creating. Wall show. Yes, we have created a restore DP volume and of type DP. Okay, so what's the next task? Next we are doing is a restore job. Simple, guys. Snap mirror restore. We don't have any snap mirror relationship so far. Source path we have given the AV demo as a destination. Restore destination we have given, and the snapshot we'll give the snapshot 2 because we have added some more data to it in the second snapshot. Hit the enter. You can see the job is in queued. Job show. It is running. Snap mirror show. It is snap mirrored and idle. Still running. Broken off. You can see the job come back as a success, and we don't have any relationship. Earlier we can see the broken off and it is not there. That means the job has been, once the restore job is successful, it will automatically delete the relationship. Now we can see the wall show. Our volume is back online with a read write type. So we can just mount and check it out right now. So let's do that. Let's mount the volume and create a SIF share of it. Let's share show. You can see that we have a restore share created. Here you can see that restore demo. Okay, so let's map it up. Go back to 135. Okay, it's a restore AV demo. Okay guys, here you find all our data. Let's open the text too because we have created or added an after our snap 2, after our snap 1, vault restore demo. Okay guys, here we finish our third demo. Here is a little recap of what we have done so far. In our third scenario, we have backed up data from cloud. We have downloaded our config file. We have downloaded. We went to the fresh new AltaVault and we have uploaded the configuration in our setting file, import configuration. We did it and we reconfigured everything, and everything was back available, starting from storage to snapshot to the shares, everything. And we mapped our NBU share and we rebuilt our net backup entire catalog, and we have restored some of the files from the old whatever we have backed up data. And finally we did a volume restore from nowhere, from no snapshot, no snap mirror, nothing. We have just downloaded, we have restored our snapshots from the cloud. You can see line. Okay, thanks. Easy it was to restore from zero to the fully cloud protected AltaVault. And thank you for watching. Have a nice, great day ahead. Thank you.